in this video we're going to focus on how we can create a white space here that will nicely put a separation between the top and bottom fill shape. So to add the white space, what we're going to do is we have to create a plugin, and basically that will make a white line in the very center. So to do this, make sure you have this code here, which is based on this video here, how to add center. This link here, I'll make sure I'll put that in the description box. And of course, if you want to join or get the source code immediately, check out my Patreon page, and I have a Discord channel. So what I'm going to do here is to create a plugin for this, because there's no other way how I would be able to do this. So I'm going to say here, plugin, and then in the plugins, with an S, make sure it's with an S, we can say here, for example, white line. That's the one I want. So then I'm going to say here / white line plugin block, and then we're going to say constant white line ID, and the ID will be the white line, and then we can say here after data sets draw. And the reason why I'm doing that is because these here, the white line needs to be in the center here, but it must be on top of the data set, or else if it's before that it will not show. So I'm going to say a chart, arcs, and then plugins, and then in here we're going to start working on it. We say constant equals chart, because this is the object destructuring. If you don't understand what I'm doing here, check out my video understanding chart.js object destructuring. The link you can find in the description box. So I'm going to say here CTX, then I'm going to say here scales. I need the scales, and specifically the X and Y scale, and then we can start to work, because what we need here is basically the coordinates from this point all the way to here, and we can select how many pixels of thickness we want. So for this, I'm going to create here ctx.save first to save all variables, and then we're going to start creating a shape, and the shape will be a basic rectangle. I'm going to say a ctx.begin path, because I want to make sure we create something that is independent of anything else. So say this is a new shape. Then what I want to do here is give it a color. Say ctx.fill style equals white. So fill style equals the white color. Then what I want to do here is I'm going to say ctx.fill rectangle, because I'm creating a rectangle where we have an x and y coordinate, and the width and the height. Save that, refresh. Alright, right now we have nothing, of course. It gives us an error because I didn't define these items. So what do I need? Well, we need to know here this left point. Let's refresh that. Alright, that makes it back to normal. We need to know this left point here. Luckily, we have that because that is basically the x.left coordinates. That's the left side of the scale. Then what I want to know as well, the width, which we can easily get as well, because let me just show you so you have a visual. Let's grab here the X, refresh, open up here, so you can see all the scale details of the X-axis. And you can see here we have the height, we have here the bottom, we have here the width, let's see here, we have here the right side, that will be the coordinate pixel, top, but what I need here is the width, which is 1105 plus plus, or let's say 1106. So you can see here that's how I get that coordinate dot width. So we know that from this point to there is about 1100 in width. So then what I can do here, just for the sake of it, I say for the Y, we're going to put in here number 10, and I'll make the height, our thickness 10 as well. Let's convert this to black so we have a visual. Let's save that, refresh. Alright, as you can see, it starts to work nicely. I want to push this down. So what I want to do now is, I want to go exactly to this value here, on the baseline, the 0. So what I can do here is a nice functionality. We'll get the Y value, because I will get the value of 0 on the Y scale. And then I'm going to say here, get the pixel for the value of 0. Because that's the baseline. If I save this, refresh, there we are. So now it starts to work, but I want to push this a bit more up. So what I can do is the following. This thickness is too much. It's far too big. Let's make this 6 pixels. Alright. But then I want to push this up, because if you look very carefully here, you can see it's down. So I'm going to say here, -3 pixels. So it will be 3 pixels up, 3 pixels down, as you can see here. Now let's convert this into white. Save. There we are. And of course, if you still hover over it, the point will still show you 0. And if you say, well, what about these items here? That looks not nice. We can remove these points as well. If you go here, say point radius, let's put it on 0. Save. Refresh. As you can see here, now they're gone, but still you can hover them if I'm not mistaken. There you are. So we can do the same here for the upper one. Save, refresh, there we are, and that looks absolutely phenomenal.